Yeah, good morning, wonderful people. You're welcome to the program this morning. This is Bystanders and Instance. I'm Chris Echiko on this wonderful edition of the program. We are at Abiodun Jagon Street, and beside at my back, we have We have bystanders looking at the reports that we have on the papers this morning. We have so much to talk about, but very few people are around because of the situation in the country today. Officially, Zenith Bank has closed till further notice. Other banks are not functioning. The reasons why they have closed have not been made open to us. We don't know the reasons why they have closed, but customers are stranded. Bank users are stranded at the banks. Currently, you can get cash. Very hard to get cash for your daily transaction. Transfer not going. The network, no transfer, is working efficiently as we speak. Let's move on. We have in Turkey and Syria, earthquake kills over 2,900 persons in Turkey and Syria. Earthquake kills over 2,900 persons. It's trying times that we are facing in our world today. Let's look at the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Yes, we have the Nigerian Tribune. And also we have the Daily Trust. The Naira and the fuel crisis could hamper Nigerian elections. That is World Bank. World Bank is saying that the Naira fuel crisis will distort the elections. 25th of February is the elections, and we have a few days, 18 days to go. Kaduna Zamfara Kogi sue federal government. CBN has court stops the extension. Court has stopped Buhari from extending the deadline above February 11th. 14 political parties threaten to boycott the elections if the deadline is extended. 14 political parties threaten to boycott the elections. Buhari must act to douse tension. This is not the first time he has been asked to act on issues like this. We have the COVID-19, we have the insecurity, but he's been asked also to douse the tension. The picture here, death toll in Turkey, Syria, earthquake hits 3,000 dead, 3,000 dead in Turkey and Syria, 3,000 dead. Buhari wants the killers of 16 Nigerians in Burkina Faso punished. Buhari wants killers of 16 Nigerians in Burkina Faso punished. EFCC arrest Abuja bank manager for holding 29 million Naira new notes. EFCC arrest Abuja bank manager for holding 29 million Naira new notes. What Nigerians are looking for. Let's look at the Nigerian Tribune this morning. APC Tinubu campaign plan to swap 22.5 billion Naira for vote buying. PDP alleges that APC and Tinubu they have a campaign plan to swap 22.5 billion Naira to buy votes. That is from PDP. I don't know how true that allegation is. APC Campaign Council challenges PDP to provide evidence. APC Campaign Council challenges PDP to provide evidence. Wike secures court order, my man, moves to stop suspension from PDP. Wike secures court order, moves to stop suspension from PDP. You know, he's a lawyer, so he understands the process. Supreme Court affirms Lawan as Yobe North's APC senatorial candidate. People are asking why. On technical grounds, NIPC moves to slash Nigeria's appetite for loans. Yes, initiates master plan to boost FDIC. Cash swap, court stop Buhari CBN from shifting February 10 deadline. 14 political parties threatening to boycott election if federal government cancels Naira redesign policy as Kaduna Kogi Zamfara government take federal government to Supreme Court. And also the picture of Turkey Syria earthquake that has killed over 2,900. Legal practitioner exonerated from conspiracy allegation. I will restore security to Benue if elected president. Atiku assures Benue residents. We have settled with G5 members. Ikpeazu. Ayu says, yeah. Ayu says that we have settled.
You can really see what happened in Abia during their primary. It was very peaceful.
Yes.
Obaseki was one that went there to conduct the primary. That's an evidence that
the Naval Air Force plane skids off Lagos Airport runway. Naval Air Force plane skids off Lagos Airport runway. Emergency landing in Lagos. Air Chief orders probe. That is the report we have on the papers this morning. I don't know. What is it like? What is it feeling like? Good morning. I don't know, be Lagos.
Edo, not be Lagos. We have to be praying. It's like the world is getting an end. Because what I'm seeing everywhere in my life since I was born, I've not seen this thing in my life before. Where country is falling, earthquake is taking over everywhere. Naira design, no money, no new money, old monies are gone. Politicians are fighting, no fuel, no food. We are in prison in Nigeria.
And we don't know.
We know now. And we know we are in prison. In
He's
prison.
not aware of that.
We're in prison in Nigeria. It's not necessary you be locked up by chain. We are prison. I don't understand me. So my brothers and sisters, good morning. I'm the first person to speak this morning, but I'm going to go straight to the point. Not long story, because Nigeria, we are hungry, things are bad.
Some banks have closed down to further notice.
They should close down when they don't have money. And who are you going to blame for these things?
No, I have money in the bank.
Yeah, you have
And
money.
they closed down without any explanation to further notice. And I can't
And the
access my
reason
money.
is that they ask them to display the new money, and they don't have it. Yesterday, somebody gave me 10,000 naira check yesterday to go to bank, Eco Bank. Get it to that place. They said they cannot give me cash. They don't have cash.
They transfer to you.
They only transfer. And when they collect the transfer, till now, I've not got any transfer. I've not seen
Alert.
anything. Alert. Now, I was there. They brought out 100,000, give to counter people, to dispense to people. Only 5,000 naira. So when you are having problem of 50,000 naira, you collected 5,000 naira. And I was there. I had so many abuse. They were abusing the manager. Bastard. I put 30,000. I return old money, 50,000. You are not saying 5,000 naira. So many noise. Now, let me ask you a question. It's a good policy, but the problem is that implementation. The problem, the way they are going about it. This money, new money, pop somewhere. If PDP accusing APC that they map up new money,
2.5 billion naira.
so true, it's not lies.
They say bring out the evidence.
Which
Provide
evidence?
the evidence.
Which
that
evidence?
is true.
Okay, let me give you evidence.
Provide
Let
the
me give you
evidence.
evidence now. Nigeria here, evidence in Nigeria here. Take for example, Senate President Lawal.
Okay, continue.
The Machido won for they went to first court, he won. They went to second court, he won. Now we went to Supreme Court turned it upside down. To tell you that court is the one deciding election in Nigeria now. So come back to the Naira issue. What I'm saying, anything can happen in Nigeria here. PDP might be right that even PDP still store money in the house. APC store money in the house. Why APC is crying foul? Because they have not seen a chance a place they will give cash to those to buy vote. That's why you see them crying that policy is very, very bad. They don't forget that it's the APC who brought the policy. President is a leader of the APC. So crying foul is opposition that's supposed to be crying, not them. So this policy is a good policy, but the only thing is affecting we that is getting cover. So it's affecting us.
Okay, but the bank managers have been accused. Let me be clear.
They arrest most of them.
Yeah,
they arrest most of them because Emefiele pump up money.
EFCC arrest Abuja bank manager for holding 29 million naira new.
A lot.
Abuja, that is one bank.
A lot. They have arrested even MD, Fidelis. They have see they map out this money. Simply brought up billions. Now politicians hijack it. I get it. They hijack it. So it's left for the security agents to go the way they are doing now. They should pump out this money. The money is a good policy. I will tell you, like it's a good policy. Like Obi said it's a good policy. But the APC attacking Obi. So even Wike said those who are supporting this policy, they are anti-people. No, it's a good politics. If they can do it well. I mean, if you can have all this electronic card in abroad, they use electronic card for so many things. I know it's a long process. While they are doing this, they don't want politicians to start buying vote. Let me give you an example now. If you go to campaign, you see APC, they will pack their buses. When you go, every street they pack their buses. When you go inside the buses, they give you 3,000 naira. When the bus full, they take to the side. That's how they are doing. I got to be. Maybe PDP might have been doing that the same. So, my brother, Nigerians, we are going through hard time. But I believe maybe God's hand is there. Things are happening all over the world. Look at earthquake in Turkey.
3,000 dead.
3,000 dead. So, my brother, we need to pray.
Okay.
Let's
look at Wike. Wike secures court order moves to stop suspension from PDP.
I love Wike before, but Wike is behaving. Everybody's now tired. Look at yesterday. I mean, yesterday, I see in the news, Wike campaigning, street campaign with Obi, street campaign. Number one. Tomorrow, Wike will say, elder boys to vote for Tinubu. That's anti-party. And Wike is hitting the politics. And Wike is doing whereby the Northerner will support Atiku. If Wike think he want to deal with Atiku in that way, you see the Northerner will be, before you know, the Northerner will vote for their brothers. And why somebody was saying yesterday that this is the game now. So you have done your brother. And as I mean, the Northerner will join their brother. So this Wike is hitting the policy. Let me give it. He did not allow APC to campaign there. He did not allow ANPP to campaign there. He did not allow SDP to campaign there. You only allow Labour. So it's the anti-party. So for them taking Wike to court, or Wike taking them to court, how many days do we have now? Why can't Wike come down? If other G5s, look at Otto yesterday, they were there. Everyone was there. So why can't Wike come down? Allow the police to go on. You have make your money. You have done your post. You have every governor. Why don't you rest? Allow whoever want to go there, go there. Don't destroy this. Don't throw stone in grass house where you benefit. I believe it will hurt you. People love Wike before, but the way he's going about it is wrong. So don't mind. I want Wike to go home. I enjoy his money. I let the family enjoy his money. Don't create problem for yourself. It's creating problem. So I don't think PDP. Don't forget millions of PDP who want to gain under PDP. That you are destroying them. If they win, if they don't win, Wike is in trouble. Wike should allow peace to reign. Do you know, APC cannot tolerate this kind of thing. Even Labour cannot tolerate anti-party. You see, have you ever seen a husband and wife? The wife will be bringing different men. What do you expect the man to do? So what Wike is doing is dangerous for our democracy. It's very, very dangerous. Let's say the truth.
Okay.
I love him before, but what he's doing is wrong.
Okay, court has stopped Buhari from extending the February 10th deadline.
Whether court, no court, which court, yeah, court. See, let me tell you.
Yes,
After
court
the
in
election
Nigeria.
now, after the election, whoever emerge, atmosphere will come down. I will tell you like. After the election, this fuel matter, everything will come down. All these silly criminals, everybody will maintain. I will tell you like. If Tinubu win, no, the atmosphere will come down. If Obi win, no, the atmosphere will come down. If Atiku win, no, atmosphere will come down. If I win, no, the atmosphere will come down.
Will Nigeria be better?
Yes, Nigeria will still be better. Yes, Nigeria will still be better. Having Obi is a bring hope. Tinubu, the only person I cannot give 100% that when he come, Nigeria will become even more hotter. Tinubu. I will tell you why. I'll tell you why. If Tinubu come now, Tinubu, for him to say, "Emi no come," and the way he's handling Lagos, it's not good for Nigeria. Everything belongs to Tinubu, so it's very wrong. Now you go to Obi. Yes, Obi. I check Obi. Obi have sympathizing, and people that have sympathizing will need them. I get me. People don't have sympathizing. I get me. So like Atiku, where Atiku, I see look Atiku say have what they call sympathizing, and that it is. But somebody will say, I put this, I put you. Imagine Ampote work, and you remove Ampote. I don't know what I mean. So that kind of person, if you come to a president, automatically can wake up to and say, sack all the ministers and bring other people there. So that kind of person, we don't need it. Okay, so I need somebody who will look at Nigeria and see that we are suffering. When we're Tinubu, when he said, I brought Buhari constituted Buhari that is almost 8 years. What has he done? Has he protest? So please, we need God to bring a leader that will listen. I want to ask you now, APC, PDP, Labour, everybody, I will not buy for 350. I will not suffer now. Is Buhari say, okay, these are my people. Let them collect 150. Let them pay 50 naira for fuel. APDP pay 350. I will not suffer. We should open our eye and bring a better candidate that will take us to the road.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Mr. Akule.
Good morning. I greet you all. Tunde Okafo, I greet you. But stop all this blackmailing, right? You are old enough to think, right? Good morning, viewers.
Let's start with the Supreme Court affirming Lawan as really not APC senatorial candidate. People are saying that the judgment was
I think what's happened was Masai, or what's it called? The Masai was a placeholder. They put him as a placeholder there, right? And when he lost,
placeholder, was there an agreement?
There was an agreement. Okay. Same agreement. What's it called? Akpabio had with it. So that's why we need to always know the rudiments of the case. It's not just here coming.
It was on technical grounds, not on points of
yeah, on technical grounds.
I understand the case.
Leo Lion was dismissed as a governor of Bayelsa on technical grounds. Saraki was free for his corruption case on technical grounds. So it's now we need to beam our searchlight on the Supreme Court and the judiciary generally. Because what is technical? I don't know. It's just mixing. When they want to just mix up your mind is when they start saying technical. What is technical? Hakim, or what's it called? Zodima too came in on technical grounds. So we keep seeing all those technical judgments for a while now.
Okay, let's look at Wike secures court order, moves to stop suspension from the PDP.
To me, Wike has tried his best, and for Rivers, and to me, there's no how he can come back to PDP, and PDP will open their arms, genuinely to welcome him back, because a party you have deformed, a party you have, said a lot of derogating, word against. You can't come back and they will give you a warm reception. No. It will be a cold reception.
So he's still in the party now?
He's still in, but it can't be anti-party at the same time. Claiming that you're in the party.
Activities?
The anti-party activities is He has once severally attacked the president, you know. He has severally attacked the party people, the party chairman. So he has severally attacked a lot of them. So if our wiki, I will just look
I don't think
for a
that's
saving, you know.
If you say anti-party campaigning for other political parties, I think that is anti-party. Attacking the president, we have various instances.
Attacking the. I'm talking
example.
of the presidential candidate of the PDP, attacking the chairman of the, you know. I'm not supposed to even be downplaying into PDP because PDP
it's a Nigerian.
It's not a Nigerian thing. It's
issue.
the party affairs. They should go and settle it. Please save me from that PDP issue because they are part of a parcel of the. Like my gentleman that just left here now. I know the party is one of the people that destroy their destiny because we know we know their hangouts. We know their hangouts. Their secretariat.
They destroy whose destiny.
The youth destiny now, even Lucky among themselves. So Lucky has anything to offer than to go and hang out in their secretariat. I've caught him there once and I say, well, Lucky, are you there for handouts? And he did not deny it. He did not deny it. I was passing by.
Okay,
if you know Ikeja, if you know Jolly Friend very well, that road down to Wemabod, that's where their office is. So you always, as Lucky is living here, he goes there. To go and just being a psycho fan to them, you know. So to me, and he was talking about Tinubu. Let him get to. He was talking about Tinubu of Lagos. I think these guys, they are just so docile in the local environment we have here. When they are in Nogba, they believe everything in Nogba is Lagos. They need to go out. They need to see new Lagos. They need to see the master planners of New Lagos. They need to go to Lagos Atlantic, Eco Atlantic Hotel, in which Eco Atlantic City, that American Embassy is building 5 stars, 6 stars, embassy there. And, that's close to the Gulf of Guinea. That's why the Americans can never joke with Lagos. And when they see a productive and a progressive person behind it, who else? I mean, mention any governor. Mention any governor that are competing as president with Tinubu now that have done what Tinubu has done. Tinubu has, raised the bar higher, global standard we're talking of now. Because when you go to somewhere like Eco Atlantic, that's a paradise, that's a wonder, Alice in Wonderland, So people should go out. This Ogba is just a remote. They call this Ogba Last Lagos. That's the last Lagos. Where we say, when you are moving out of Lagos, the majority of them come down at the Baga bus stop, they get down to Ogba, they've seen Lagos finish. And I've told them once that I will take them on excursion.
I need to engage you and them.
I need to
have a program for
especially. I would like to engage myself with Lucky. I think Lucky is still more.
Hope you not fight.
No, Lucky is not a violent person. Okay. Likewise, we know the violent people here. We know them, and we know where they come from. The estates are volatile, so they always, put that. Don't put that. Put that. You are the most quiet person I've ever seen. Dave, they bullied Dave severally. Haven't Dave bullied? That's what we need. That's what we need to be telling them. So they should stop the bullying.
Let's move on. We have court has restrained Buhari and CBN on February 10th deadline.
What do you say? I'm using my time.
February 10th. Court restrains Buhari, CBN. That's
the handwork.
The deadline.
That brings me back to the CBN governor. The CBN governor should bury his head in shame. The worst CBN governor we've ever had in this country. Let's take it or leave it. How can you go and sell a voodoo policy? A voodoo policy with untimely. I mean, you're the wrong timing to implementation. Now the CBN governor is not affected with all this crisis. When you get to what's it called now? Banks are like battlefield now. Banks are like battlefield. Does CBN governor, does his child, do they even patronize all this bank? Is Emefiele daughter among the people queuing there? Is Buhari's son among the people queuing there? No. And who are the people suffering it? When you are saying you want to bring a policy, you look at the after effects of that policy. Is it going to affect the masses? And the masses are the largest, contributor to your banks? You know, how many of them are saving their money in the bank? How many of the politicians are saving their money in the bank? They have
I
a
want to ask
bank.
one question.
They have
In 1984, who sold the policy to Buhari?
who sold the policy to Buhari? In 1984, I think the Minister for Finance there, I've forgotten his name, is always the Minister for Finance or the Central Bank, because this guy knows nothing about anything on monetary
Okay.
monetary
Is Buhari new
policies.
to monetary policy?
Is Buhari new to monetary policy? Is not new to monetary policy, but the people behind him who are knowledgeable, that are supposed to even, we are not saying the monetary policy is bad, but it's the timing. Why same time that there's fuel scarcity?
Mr. Kunle, I will give you 1,000.
uh,
When Buhari introduced the monetary policy in 1984, how many days was given?
I mean,
How many days was given? Wait,
What?
let me ask the question. Calm down.
uh,
How many days was
Continue
given
your question.
for people to return the money?
how many days was given?
I'll give 1,000
I
naira
have
if you
to
get
say,
it.
me, I'm not going to guess here, right? I have
You
to go
agree?
back.
I'll give 1,000
I have
pesos.
to go back to the archives
Okay.
and get it. I'm not someone that will bring it. But as of that time,
What's the
as of
period-
that time,
what's the period?
wait. As of that time, what I knew then was my father flew in from Cote d'Ivoire now to Lagos. Then, and he wanted to come and do his father's burial. Suddenly, he has changed the money already. Getting to Muritala Mohammed Airport, they gave him that breaking news that this money, has been changed. So he has to convert, in which really affected, his spendings then. So how many days, how many 7 days, a policy that you bring in must have the right time for you to implement it. Because as it is now, as we are talking to you, as I'm talking to you, I think you need to go around. I think you are a POS
I'm
man.
experiencing-
You are a
I'm
POS
what I'm
man.
experiencing,
So you should know what we're saying.
What I'm
It's too
saying
bad.
is that the policy is good.
But the wrong timing,
The application,
implementation.
there are people sabotaging.
Who are the people sabotaging?
Like
Are they not the bankers? Are they not who is the head of the
a
bankers?
bank-
Who is the banker of all bankers? Who is the banker of all
commercial bank
bankers?
is even from the central bank.
I say, who is the banker of all bankers?
The-
Who coordinates all these
That's why they
banking?
are arresting.
Who are they arresting?
EFCC arrest Abuja Bank manager.
Oh, just only one. Is
29
it the only one?
million.
They are just
They've
picking him.
arrested like 3
They're
of
just
them.
picking him as a scapegoat.
So,
We know what is going on. We know some people.
Allegation
Yes.
that APC is preparing 22 point something billion naira to buy votes.
Those PDP should go and sit down, because I could say authoritatively that these people is scratch cards they are using to bribe people now. Is recharge cards they are using to bribe people. Once you open you scratch your card, the account just download the account to your DC, then you get the cash instantly. You can get. It was an eyewitness, and it was one of the staunch Atiku followers. He followed Atiku all around the state. That guy is from Imo State. He told me, I have a conversation with him in Ireland there. And if you want to doubt me, you can take a walk down to where I am in Ikeja, and I will bring a witness. So I don't say, I'm not those type of people that come here to say, to blackmail, to do any, to talk fallacy, and to blackmail people, to kill people, to assassinate people, characters. I'm not there. I'm telling you the fact.
Okay,
All of them are sharing the money.
Point where
Yeah.
Buhari, how many hours, minutes, days, or weeks? We'll start from that tomorrow. So do your research tomorrow.
Buhari is a failure on that implementation.
Do your research
And
tomorrow. We'll start
Emefiele
there.
is a failure
We'll
on
start
that
there.
implementation.
Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Mazi Chigozie. Go, Mazi Chigozie.
Yeah, good morning, Christian. And
My
fans out there, good morning.
I'm trying to bring myself together because the situation is getting out of hand. But let's move on. Let's start with court restrained Buhari CBN from extending the February 10th deadline.
I think that is the way to go, and it is that is the first time the judiciary are taking the lead in combating crime and, of course, abuse of some privileges. You cannot tell me there is any justification for a sitting governor to store more than 5 billion in his private residence. Why by law, an individual should not handle more than 5 million? When you check the chronics of those people making noise, ranting, these are people who have destroyed their respective states, who have impoverished their states. The likes of Erufai, the likes of, you imagine Yaya Bello, that was alleged to have withdrawn 60 billion naira in a single day. Look at that short man, what did they call him? Huh? From Lucky's place, Shomole. You see, these are the lives who have ruined millions of destinies in their homes, in their states, as governors. You see, they have piled up several billions, even their generation unborn cannot expend, cannot use up. In different, they bought several houses, facilities, and store those money. Why? The masses are dying in abject poverty. Why people are hungry and haggard. You see, they stole the commonwealth of the people and hide it somewhere, of course, that is not disclosed to the people. Now they are crying. Why should they be crying foul at this time? You see, that is the best thing that has happened to Nigerian financial institution. The resign of the money is timely, irrespective of the fact any government, of course, policy must somehow affect the people. You see, why this one was felt so badly is because of the insincerity on the part of some bank CEOs and managers. You see, my friend told me he was in a bank where a man walked in and paid the banker, the manager, 5.5 million and was given 5 million new notes. On Saturday, down this college road, this Saturday, somebody spread more than 1 million naira in one of the functions there. More than 1 million naira, new notes. So how did they come by? If they are withdrawing 20,000, how did that money get to their hands? Because they are connected, they are power broker, they are connected to the powers that be. And you tell me that CBN has not done what it should be done. I mean, if they don't do well, of course, I have to criticize them. But for now, I've made my investigations. Yes, due to the wickedness on the parts of most Nigerians, especially the banking sectors, Nigerians are subjected to such excruciating and unimaginable cruelty. I mean, this is more or less nothing less than financial terrorism, where you will subject the citizens in such life-threatening situations, where they could even strip their self naked because of how you have subjected them to such unimaginable. CBN Buhari is not to blame in this matter. I only have to blame them because they didn't take proactive steps. If not, they would have by now have arrested more than 30 bank managers and CEOs to serve as a deterrent. This is about humanity. I'm not just discussing about Nigeria. It centers on humanity. Why should humanity be subjected to such cruelty? It is unimaginable. And in fact, they should catch more people and send them to direct to with hard labor. Where they will be beaten up by the emails there.
Okay,
teach them a lesson.
EFCC arrest Abuja bank manager for holding 29 million naira new notes.
You can't imagine a bank manager holding 29 million naira notes. How much is his salary? How much is the salary? Yes, you can't see it. That wouldn't have been possible without the conspiracy with the MD of the bank. So even in this Oba, I have told the Funigas to send his men to this Oba. He's not listening to me.
He said you're working on it.
You are working on it. When minute you are working on it. You are telling me you are working on it. So this is a crime against humanity. When I see people suffering, queuing up, even while I was coming down here, it is a sacrifice I have to pay. Coming down to this place, it's not something you should ignore or neglect at this time. You see, the company and of course the viewers should do something to encourage us. Coming here and going back takes not less than 700. You know what that means? And without you having money, you can't move around. So we are paying even great sacrifice, even at this crucial time, to keep you abreast with what is happening, with the realities. CBN, people crying, calling CBN names, are the enemies of humanity. Watch them. You are taking them to court. The Buhari, you have been singing his praise. Because now, the economic policy now affected you. The Buhari, you have destroyed his public reputation and image. You have stolen under Buhari, under the guise of, surrounding Buhari. I thought Buhari should make use of his common sense. If I were to be him, I will fight this wickedness against humanity with my last blood. I will make sure those people betraying this financial policy, which is a good policy, as far as I'm concerned, you cannot, Nigeria, if Nigeria should continue this way, and those people who said that a miracle succeed, dollar will become 5,000 naira.
I will not be in this country by that time.
Dollar will become 5,000 naira. It's madness. It's utter madness. You cannot see somebody having more than 4 billion vans in his private home, and somebody have to come here to defend the indefensible, telling me that he misroad. Misroad where? Is it that don't they know my house? Let them, even 1 billion van, let them misroad now. So that I can settle you.
You get back his place.
It seems you have not been praying.
You get back his place.
You have not been praying. That's why they didn't misroad.
Wow.
And maybe General Kantunaja are attacking us. It's very unfortunate. I know I still have a minute plus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Death toll in Turkey, Syria earthquake hits 3,000.
You said?
Earthquake in Turkey and Syria hits 3,000.
It's unfortunate, this natural disaster. But that notwithstanding, may the soul rest in peace. We are faced with another earthquake, which is named Odachi in Nigeria. Yesterday was Turkey's turn. That was to be seen as natural disaster. But this one is a man-made Odachi, which of course has taken the dimension of autopilot. And the Odachi is catching up with them gradually, one by one. They are now crying. And of course, the main Odachi is coming when they will all be swept up to save humanity. And that will chart a way forward. My last advice for Buhari, as you embark on this financial reformation, repositioning to favor humanity, don't forget to respect the court ruling on the 13th of October 2022 that exonerated and acquitted the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu,
Okay.
who, of course, is under detention, illegal detention in DSS facility. He has done nothing to deserve, of course, being treated, being humanized, being deprived of his right. These are one of the reasons why he was crying. That injustice to one is injustice to all. So you have of course, you have moral burden on yourself to redeem and allow the court proceedings to take effect and let Mazen Nnamdi Kanu be released, so there can be peace. Otherwise, there is no peace for the wicked.
Thank you. I have Mr. Felix. Mr. Felix, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Then we have a Wike securing a court order so that he will not be suspended from the party, PDP.
Do you know that?
I know you laugh.
You know why I laugh. You understand? Wike will go down. Definitely we succumb to PDP. No matter what is happening. It has to come, it will come to the national chairman. He wants to prove that he's bigger than the party. The party have just shown him a little tip of what is going to happen.
What did they show him?
They are bad as candidates. They are bad as candidates. they secure a court injunction on its candidates that there will not be the PDP will not have a candidate. That except the national chairman, the national working committee are the only one that can appeal that case and that can quench that case. Without it, PDP will not have any candidate in Port Harcourt. And that is a slap on the so-called the Goliath we are seeing. Hey, talk. Did you hear what the party chairman said? Yochayu. He said Abia State Governor came to his house and was begging. He came to his house and was begging. You understand? And he was even appealing. Listen, he was even appealing that they should come back home. That PDP is their home. That the umbrella is big enough to accommodate them. That if we have differences, there are ways we can solve the differences.
Okay.
I want to encourage Wike. Maybe you are closer to him. A man that talks too much will not achieve.
Now?
Hold on, I want to tell you, you are very close to him. You look like Wike.
I'm not from River State.
You look like Wike.
He's in PDP. You are a PDP man.
I'm a PDP man,
Yes,
but you look like Wike.
Come on closer.
You look like Wike. Wike talks too much.
I talk too much.
Politicians don't talk too much. I'm saying in terms of complexion, in terms of look, you look alike. Wike talk too
I
much.
look like my father.
Eh?
Let's move on. Lawan in, Martina out. Supreme Court decision splits lawyers.
This is what we call the judgment that happened in Imo State. Has started to happen in what? In Yobe. In Yobe State.
Have you read the judgment?
I've read the judgment.
Okay, what did the judgment say?
What the
Can you
judgment?
remember what the judgment said?
The judgment was saying that. Read the judgment out. Let me hear
No,
from you.
I don't have it. I just want to
The
know.
judgment is saying that they remove Machini. What's his name? Machini as the flag bearer of the party, and they have brought in Lawan as the representative representing that particular constituency. The first take is this: where in the world they did not do direct primary. Lawan did not buy form. You understand? Where is the electoral law that said if you have contested for any position, you cannot contest for any other position? The Supreme Court just went straight and gave a judgment to suit Lawani, and that is going to affect them in Yobe. It's going to affect them in Yobe, and this is judges of injustice. The people will run to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court should be the final judgment, not trying to turn things. That's the cause.
You don't. From what you said, I allowed you to talk. You don't understand the judgment.
So what's the judgment?
It was not on the point on the point of law. It was on technical grounds. I don't know how to explain it to you. Substituting Lawan's name with that of Machina was tagged as a fraudulent practice. You know, it was supposed to be Lawan, but they had to substitute Lawan's name with that of Machina. It was seen as fraudulent. That's the technicality where they base the judgment on.
Mr. Christian,
I hope you understand
what if you are a government, if you are a if you are a Senate president, direct your people well. Did he buy the first question is that did he buy the form? Yes or no? Hold on. Did you buy the form? Did he buy the form?
He contested the primary.
He did not contest the primary. Lawan did not contest the primary. He did not for the presidential. But for the Senate in Yobe, he did not buy the form.
Substituting Lawan's name with that of Machina was where the judgment was based on.
Are you supporting?
Not on the legality,
wait, are you supporting?
That is the judgment.
Wait, are you supporting the injustice?
I'm asking you, do you understand the judgment?
I just explained to you. I just explained to you.
The judgment. You're just saying,
listen, the final judgment was based on technical ground. And the technical ground, the technical ground is to favor one particular person. Just to favor one particular person. And that will not help the situation of the problem in Yobe.
Okay. Let's move on. We have court restrained Buhari, CBN, from shifting the deadline.
Well, you know, earlier on, I actually said that they would have not shifted the 31st of January. They would have not shifted it.
You can't access this money.
Listen, the challenge that is coming is more than answers. The challenge that is coming is more than answers. I went to the bank, that was last week Friday. I wanted to collect certain amount of money to run office impress. But do you know they were telling me we cannot collect more than 5,000. What a slap, what an insult on an organization. Must be, the law says that an individual in a week can collect 500,000 naira. While a corporate body in a week can collect 5 million naira. All of a sudden they change. My take is this. If they try it, if you go to GTB now, there are people that there are more than 100. No money. Where are we going to? Where are we heading to?
Okay. Lastly, protesters accuse banks of hoarding, selling Naira notes to politicians for vote buying. Do you believe that?
Yes, I do. I do. Because, one, the first money that came out, the family of Emilio Kon and Co.
Evidence.
Kunle knows now. If you call Kunle, Kunle knows.
Evidence.
Evidence.
No Kunle.
Evidence. I'm telling you the truth. Nothing but the truth.
Kunle is a witness.
He's a witness. He knows that. He knows what I am talking about.
Okay.
He knows what you know what I'm talking. APC they have gone to all this money, this new money. They have gone to all this money. Because the thing is that his uncle Tinubu, they come from the same state. You understand? They know where this money is. I am quite surprised that Kule is talking like this. He's talking like this. His uncle, your uncle, Tinubu, knows that he has money. Listen, in Babylon, he knows. From 12 a.m. to 4 a.m., they will go and give them the old notes. Old notes. You understand? I am surprised that Mr. Kule is denying this fact.
What you do is that you take him up. No. Go to a court.
Listen, listen, I am quite surprised. They are giving him part of it. You can see he's smiling. The thing is this. I am quite surprised. Why Mr. Kunle? He's no longer going to the bank any longer.
I'd like to see you later after.
And try and see him.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Felix. Good morning, Mr. Felix.
To you, Mr. Christian. Good morning to Mr. Uche Roberts. Okay, it's been a while. Thank God I saw his comments this morning. Uche Roberts, I agree to you, sir.
Okay, I want you to make sense out of this. Bank managers hoarding his cash, giving to politicians to buy votes.
Mr. Christian, I've always told you time without numbers. This policy is not targeted at politicians. This policy will not hurt politicians. This policy will always hurt we, the average Nigerians. Mr. Christian, see, the truth is, what do you expect? Do you think Asiwaju would not call the MD of a bank to bring cash? If Asiwaju needs cash today, he knows where to go. Forget sentiment or no sentiment. If Atiku need cash today, he knows who to reach out to. If Obi needs cash today, Obi knows who to reach out to. See, Wike said it last week. He said politicians have already mapped out plans on how to run this election. So this resigning of Naira will not affect them in any way, my brother. I bet you on the day of election, new notes will still flow. New notes. These politicians, these people, as shares in all this bank. These men are shareholders. You know what do you know what it mean- do you know what it takes to be a shareholder in a bank?
Some of these bank managers, they got there according to through their connection.
Now, thank you. The present senator representing Ikorodu, Lagos East now. He was the former MD of Polaris Bank. Abiru. He was the former MD of Polaris Bank. Tinubu gave him ticket to go for Senate. So, see, what are you saying? You like change currency. This man run domestic accounts. So, everybody selling that policy is just to hurt with the average Nigerians. My brother.
So they should discard the policy.
Let you see, it will not work, my brother. You know this. This policy will not work, my brother. See, this guy will still spend money and spend money and spend money. Where do you think Ashwaju is seeing? Ashwaju yesterday donated 100 million to the victims that were killed in Katsina State. My brother, forget this thing. This is Nigeria. These politicians are always ahead of the president. They are always ahead of him. So forget about you. This policy is anti-human. We are the one suffering this policy. An average Nigerian has seen people have been queuing at the bank since 3 a.m. Ashwaju will not come and queue. Atiku will not come and queue.
Governors sue federal government over Naira scarcity.
Huh?
APC governors, they have sued the federal government over the Naira scarcity.
Why would they sue him?
So it's affecting them also.
He is not affecting them. He is affecting their chances of winning at the polls. See, another politician, they are self-centered. If something does not interest, if that thing will not have interest on him, my brother, he will not. I think this is not election period. No governor will sue the president. Imagine an APC governor suing Mr. President. I think it's Edofai, Matawale, governor of Kaduna, governor of Zamfara, and one other governor. Yeah, they got 3 APC governors suing Mr. President. If Mr. President, if his days are not being numbered in office, how would they have that effrontery to sue Mr. President? It's impossible. They know that their chances at the pool is being threatened. That is why they are saying not because me and you does not have access to Naira. For that study, see, you need to understand Nigerian politics. They're not doing it just because the masses are not getting access to money. Because they might not like it. Because they might not win the forthcoming election. That is why they are suing the president.
But
so that
a court injunction has stopped the president and CBN from extending the deadline.
a court what?
Injunction.
Which stupid court injunction? Has Mr. President ever had obey court law before? This one is a stupid injunction. Person waiting for 8 years, he know obey court order. Now 2 weeks to when tenure finish, he won't obey court order. This one a child's play now. Which stupid court order? For 8 years of Buhari, has Buhari obeyed any court order before? I'm asking you. No. You
can't
reach.
say no categorically.
Tell me the court order Buhari has obeyed now. If you
may have delayed, but at the end of the day, you obeyed.
Which of the one prove me wrong?
We have Dasuki.
Dasuki. Now you free Dasuki.
Now who freed Dasuki? Let me ask
now
you.
Free Dasuki.
Who freed Dasuki?
Now free Dasuki.
All of us are here. Who freed Dasuki?
Now free Dasuki. Now there for us free Dasuki. We stupid. That one I talk. They talk about.
No, they talk about.
We stupid.
That's not an issue.
So forget that.
That's not an issue. Let's look at Lawan and Martina.
Lawan who?
Martina. Lawan in, Martina out.
So what do you want me to say?
Look at the judgment now.
Which judgment?
Somebody contested an election. Wiseman did not contest. The person that did not contest now became the candidate.
There's one thing about Nigerian judiciary. When they give useless verdicts, hopeless verdicts, they will say based on technical grounds. That thing don't destroy. That thing they kill us for this country. That English alone, that clause. Imo State based on technical grounds. Osun State based on technicality. Now, Machina based on technicality. You see, these people.
This is allowed by the law.
You see that grammar? That grammar. The reason I rip me and you.
Even Adeleke, I'm just looking at. I'm wondering if Adeleke would lose on technical grounds.
I will not be surprised since Emeka Yodeya lost on technical grounds. Adeleke lost on technical grounds. Now, Machina now is sitting on technical grounds. Don't be surprised. Anybody, me and you now, me and you now,
We have already lost our
me
technical
and you
ground
now,
many times.
I'm lost on technical grounds. Anytime the stupid judiciary gave stupid verdicts.
No, it's not a stupid verdict.
It's no.
It's
It is
according to how
no.
the case
See, my brother.
was
What,
presented.
which case? Now, did you listen? Did you glance through?
I read the
Wait. Did you read through Oshun verdict?
Oshun verdict.
Uh,
I read the two judge. He now showed me the third judge.
Now, in the last paragraph where a judge was quoted
Buga.
saying a governor was dancing buga, that one too is based on technical verdict. No, it's that one too based on. I had to download that verdict. Now let me even read what led to this verdict, the court upturning this man's victory. What's amazed me on the fact that you have no business. It shows you are partisan. If the man dance bugao, the man dance kelewo, the man dance azonto, it's not your business. It shows you are partisan.
Just like the INEC commissioner in Lagos that said people migrate from their states to come to Lagos. The word migrate was like insulting people that are not indigenous of Lagos state. And they called for his sack.
Mr. Christian.
The word, imagine migrate in the same country. Are you migrating from?
This is a man who is supposed to be neutral.
Yeah.
In the third world country. My brother, see, my happiness is that things is happening now. And the president is showing Nigeria and Shaggy. So we will go and exercise our civil rights. I have always told you here, if you think the president has done the needful, vote for them. Because yesterday, why he did like this? He raised Tinubu up in Katsina. He said, Asiwaju will continue for where I stop. That word alone sang into my head. Say, 8 years. 8 years. How old I go be that time?
There's an election now.
No, if you win now, they talk. Let me marry yourself about it. 8 years. See. So if he wins again, Asiwaju is a smart politician. My brother. If Asiwaju wins, my brother, Asiwaju will become godfather in Nigerian politics.
Okay. Thank you very much. I have Mr. Matthew. I know Mr. Matthew will explain.
Listen, wait. Mr. Matthew, does he have cash? Do you have cash?
It's not relevant to the issue.
Do you have cash?
I thought you are feeling you are.
Do you have cash?
It's not relevant with the issue.
Do you have cash?
What is he trying to say?
If you don't have cash, go home. If you are talking to those that have cash.
No, he has.
He has cash.
I say what I'm saying is not relevant to the issue at stake.
Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr.
Yes, I know you touched that area, Lawan and Machina. I want to ask, how do you look at the judgment? Is it fair?
Okay, is another thing to say. First of all, thank you for having
fair?
me.
Yeah.
No, fairness is not. You cannot be looking at fairness.
You cannot be using
Look at it from this angle.
Okay.
The judgment of Supreme Court is a law in Nigeria. Supreme Court is the highest appellate court in Nigeria. So any judgment they give becomes a law.
Yeah.
So even if that law was not in existence, hence that judgment has been given by Supreme Court, people will now be referencing
because even lawyers use it as.
No, it's already a law.
As a reference in
but
court.
if you look at the reasons they gave, though it's still sketchy, but the only reason they gave is that the case from the trial court ought not to commence from originating summon, since it has.
I beg, that originating summon is a big drama. Can you break it down?
Originating summon is one of the process you can commence a case. I think that will be do with civil case. But according to the court, that since they have element of allegation of fraud,
yeah,
that it ought not to originate as a originating summon. So that's why I say it's on technicality ground. But however I look at it, the Supreme Court is the one that has spoken. And in Nigeria is the highest appellate court. Their verdicts have no appeal. So it stands like that. The camp of Martina have criticized it. That is the judgment is devastating for anyone that craves for justice and fairness in Nigerian legal jurisprudence. However, I look at it as a person, I'm not satisfied. But there's nothing anybody can do about it because it's already the judgment of the highest court of the land. Because how can you explain a situation where, according to Machina's camp, this man did not obtain form to contest in that election? And even after he lost in the first instance case of the first court, I think in appeal court, he was not even interested in the case. Even according to Lawa himself, it was his party, APC, that took the matter to Supreme Court.
Okay.
But the rest is history. As a person, I must say I'm not satisfied with that judgment. But the way it stands, there's nothing anybody can do because it is the highest court of the land.
Okay, let's move on. Yes, there was a fraudulent. There was something about fraudulent in that case, substituting Martina's name, Malawan's name with Martina.
The court have ruled that Lawa is the right candidate.
Right.
And the basis
because they fraudulently substituted.
The basis of it is they said when the INEC ab initio submitted the name of Lawa.
Okay.
So it was Machina's time that went to court ab initio. And they're saying that the way they initiated the court from the case from the beginning, from the court of trial, that they ought not to be originating someone because it has some element of fraud. So that is the only ground upon which they are faulting it. And the camp of Machina is saying, this man you are giving this mandate never even contested in the first place. And where it stands, except you are looking to the judgment of God. Once Supreme Court gives judgment in Nigeria, is the final. And I don't think God will give instant judgment. So I think Nigerians have to live with it.
Okay.
As unfortunate as it is.
Yes, God has restrained Buhari CBN from extending the February 10th deadline.
The issue is, personally, I have supported the CBN policy from the beginning. Because I took note of the position adduced to by CBN. You have a situation where in Nigeria, according to CBN, you have 3.23 trillion in circulation. Out of this amount, 2.27 trillion is outside the banking system. And you have a situation where ECBN makes monetary policy. It's not effective, like increasing interest rates to discourage borrowing. It is not effective because they are not in control of a good number of the money in circulation. According to the CBN governor, the last time he addressed the press, when he met Mr. President in Naira, after seeking approval of Mr. President to extend the deadline, which was approved and we now have 10th and 17th as the case may be, he did say that after the first phase, the CBN was able to recover 1.9 trillion, okay, which represented 75% of the 2.27 trillion that is outside the banking system. So for me, that is a huge success. Okay. But the area CBN got it wrong, as far as I'm concerned, is CBN was not proactive enough to get those who are sabotaging the effort and the policy arrested on time. But as you can see, pictorial evidences, video evidences of Nigerians spraying this Naira note in parties. We equally saw the allegation that came from the Kaduna State governor that a particular governor withdrew 500 million of these Naira notes. We saw recently, yesterday, how ESC arrested an operation manager of a commercial bank who refused to load about 29 million of Naira notes into the ATM machines. So for me, you look at from the beginning how oppositions of this policy started fighting CBN and the CBN governor. The argument is, if they knew they had a superior argument, why is it that they didn't advance a superior argument to criticize the policy from the beginning? Why is it that they resorted to blackmailing the CBN governor and the CBN with terrorism financing? Now they are saying that it's no longer fashionable to to blackmail the CBN governor. They now resort to fighting for the masses. I don't know when the politicians start being advocates of the masses. Because I read about Bajabi Amila addressing people in Sudanese the other day, telling them that if need be that they will reconvene to address the issue of Naira crunch. But as far as I'm concerned, I've not seen any Nigerian politician from the beginning of this national democracy in 1999 to date who fight for the masses. So since they are now hiding under the auspices of trying to advance their own interests to fighting for the masses, I think we should look at them critically. But I cannot end this conversation without proper solution as an individual. I quite agree that no, there's a restraining order by a court of competent jurisdiction in Abuja, a federal high court headed by Eneche, that restrains CBN from further extending the deadline. And I understand that 5 political parties out of the 18 political parties were plaintiff in that case. But I think CBN and federal government should deal with the issue of that restraining order in order not to be run foul of the constitution. Having done that, they should find a way of, if one, they know that the new Naira note they have in circulation or they have it at their disposal is not sufficient to cushion the effect of the scarcity, they should release part of what they have recovered in terms of the old Naira note, bring it back to the society. Because it is obvious, yes, it is obvious that what we have now is pure scarcity. So the only way you can cushion it is to inject money into circulation. And I'm not saying bring back the whole 1.9 trillion you are breaking. If bringing back, that is if they know they don't have a sufficient new Naira note, that's what I'm saying. But if they have sufficient new Naira note, I think going forward they should be proactive enough to follow the commercial banks and make sure that these unpatriotic bank officials, commercial bank managers, do not hoard or divert this new Naira note. Because from what we are seeing, there's already evidence that they are diverting or hoarding it.
Okay, we have protesters accused banks of hoarding, selling Naira notes to politicians for vote buying.
It still takes us back to the same thing, that CBN should do the needful.
Okay.
Otherwise,
do you
CBN...
Do you believe that the politicians are going to use the money for vote buying?
Definitely, vote buying has always been with us. And if that is the only thing this policy will be able to address, and if eventually is able to address it, I think we'll be good for it.
Okay, court commits EFC boss Bawa to prison for contempt the second time.
This is not the first time we are seeing such. But unfortunately, this is not spectacular with either Buhari's government or Jonathan government, Yar'Adua government, and Abacha government. Nigerian government officials, personalities are known to operate with impunity. Okay. It has always been there. If you have a situation where even in the past, an individual would have gotten an order compelling a government agency to do a particular thing or to pay damages, the government will refuse. Even after the person have gone back to court to obtain a garnishing order. Okay. A garnishing order is an order compelling the government to obey a previous order. Even at that, the government official will see disobey it. So that has always been with us. And the only way we can address it is to have a president that is committed to the rule of law. Because if you flout the rule of law, you are destroying democracy. It's a recipe for crisis. Let me tell you this, that the same very concern that give effect to the office of Mr. President is the concern that give effect to the office of the judge that gave that judgment. And by the time you flout that judgment because you think you are in the executive arm of the government, you have the power to enforce judgment and nobody can come after you, you are destroying democracy. Because it's a recipe for crisis. Okay. The next time you give an order, somebody will refuse to obey it, and you try to cite an instance, the person will cite an instance where government refused to obey a particular standing order. We have seen instances where Nigerian government want to go and extradite a Nigerian who is running away from justice outside the country, and the person will start using excuse that he's afraid that he will not get justice in Nigeria. You start citing one or two of these instances where government refused to obey court order. So for me, I think we need a president that will be committed 100% to the rule of law.
If this persists, what will happen?
Come again.
If the scarcity persists.
If the scarcity persists, I think CBN from the beginning has said that policy, that decision is not cast on stone. And that we have seen them review it more than 2 or 3 times. So I don't see, CBN is not rigid in their position. They are open to conversation, negotiation. It's just that people who are opposed to the... No, that's why I said they need to address that restraining order so that they can find a way around it to cushion the effect of the scarcity on Nigerians and Nigeria generally.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I have... okay, good morning, my brother.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
Good morning, viewers. It's good to be here once more.
There's a Supreme Court decision that Nigerians are asking, Lawan in, Machina out.
Well, to me, it's that same thing. Remember the days when fella used to say government magic. These are the magic you see from the government. This is no longer a new thing because it has been happening long before now. But this is the height of it. This will let you know that the executive arm of the government, the judiciary, so to say, of the government has been infiltrated with corruption. They have been induced with a lot of money bag and all that. So their decisions now are being influenced. Sorry to say, this is a very bad news coming forth because we don't know what we will expect forthcoming election 2023. If this kind of a thing could happen now, how much more when it comes to the general election? It can also be jeopardized because that's the apex court citing a decision that which is so glaring to everybody. What I always believe that after looking at this case from the High Court down to the appeal court, from the appeal court down to the Supreme, there is no fault in whatever they've been interpreting. They only just look for a loophole to create another law. And this is the bad thing that is actually the problem of this nation.
The Supreme Court, so it stands. There's no other.
It's now a law.
It's not
Because it's now the Supreme Court, it's now a law that is binding, which another man or another lawyer who is a criminal lawyer also can also use it in time coming to use it to gain his own way. Yeah. And it's not good for Nigeria judiciary. It's not good for the common man because the common man have no say anymore. This is party government.
Yes, court also has barred the president and CBN from extending the February 10th deadline.
Fine, it is good. It is now okay for everybody to see. Whoever is crying foul because of what is going on, I please and I want to also beg, they should please, if they know they've lost because of their taxes of laundering money to buy vote and all that, if they know that they've lost with their unpopularity that is going on, they should please just step aside. No going back. I love what the court did. Despite this, the APC governors going to Buhari, they cannot go there when it is a problem of the ordinary man. It is because of their own interest. That was why they went to see Buhari. But kudos to the judiciary for stepping up the game by not doing that. On Sunday, the Labour candidate, presidential candidate, so to say, Mr. Gregory Obi, made mention of this idea of this monetary policy that they just did. He welcomed it, and Atiku also, during the week that just ended, also made mention that anything outside the 10th of this February, that the reason why government is handling this policy will be jeopardized. So I see no reason why the ruling party on their own, after putting a law, that means you actually pull the trigger to your feet or to your brain. That means you don't know what you are doing. If you, after everything, owning the house, owning the key to the door, owning everything, will start coming out to shout that there's a rat in that same house, that means you don't know what you are doing. So please, I actually don't want to say it's beginning to be a failure on their part, but they should please go back and watch their steps.
Okay, let's look at APC governors suing APC government over the Naira scarcity.
This is what you always get when a house is divided on itself. When you find out that people who are there are not of the interest of the general masses, these are the things you find out. These are the things that will be playing on. When you start seeing things like this, I don't want to even go spiritual. What I always want to say here, what you are seeing is a house divided by itself, and it continues like this. It's going to be like this, and until after January 25. That is what you get. Expect more. It's not a new thing. If they want to sue themselves, they should do it. That will let you know that the house is not standing anymore. A lot of cabals, different cabals, they said the man at the top does not know what he's doing. They just brought out a single policy and everything has started changing their system. So that means they know that they are the ones that are actually corrupt, that was corrupting the same government. So to say, I see now reason why Buhari has always been complaining that it's not his fault, that a lot of loopholes in the government, a lot of bad entities in the government that has been making him to fail. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. God bless
You're
you.
welcome.
Yes, I have
What are they trying to manufacture
the
now?
Mafiso of Ogbaland. It's Colorado.
It's a west side
West
with
side.
that. Because they are trying to manufacture some dramatic elements. So what are you trying to say now?
APC sue APC.
They will sue themselves. At the end of the day, they are out of the game. See, the game is over. When the game is over, the striker and the midfielder, they will be annoying. They will be tracking themselves. And the opponent will now, a victory will not be succeeded. That's what we are fixing now. But time is coming when they will be fighting themselves. Now they are Fokoyo in the Fokoyo department. Don't you see what's happening? APC, see Lawa, the fucking hungry lion in the forest house. You want to continue to eat food that does not belong to him.
He has spent like over 18 years.
It's a motherfucking home house. You want to suck all the whole Nigeria? Enough is enough for you. Yesterday, court defeated you. Now you want to go and bribe the judiciary. Nigeria is a bribing house.
Evidence that they bribe anybody.
It's a language of bribing home. When you say A, at the end you say B. Okay, what I mean, you and I, what are we going to believe? Huh? The Nigerian system is a fokoyo.
No, it was on technical grounds.
The ground is a zero ground. It's in the favor of the money bag. The other one don't have enough money. This one is in charge of money. Authority man in charge of money. He don't need gun. He need pen. You know, go here and shout, chief. A different way, but that way. They use pen. To matriculate us. See now, at the end, a judgment was given. There was a jubilation. Now a judgment is overruled in a negative way. Underground spiritual game. Achukuchu, hey.
What is the Achuk?
It's a spiritual alphabet. It's a negative language. The bad. But you see what's happening? This motherfucking badness.
Okay, again, court asked IG of police to arrest Bawa and take him to prison for disobeying court.
Who is Bawa?
Yes, chairman.
All of them are the same bed of the same feather. They are all demonic atmosphere. We don't need them anymore. Court, IG, Bawa, they are all under Buhari. All of them, Buhari carry feather and put them under the feather. They are all one. They are occultic men. They don't serve the interests of you and I. They serve the interests of their own cabal. They are bad. They are demonstration of demons. And now it's time for you and I to push them out of the power house.
This Naira policy is going to, the deadline is February 10th.
See, the deadline
you
February
want them
10th,
to extend it.
See, in a positive atmosphere, you must extend it.
But
because
court
now,
said they
court,
cannot extend it.
see, let me tell you, court, that's why I give you the language yesterday. They say they are all under the Buhari. But
No, court
we
is stopping Buhari.
want to extend it.
Yes.
And court want to extend it.
Court is telling Buhari, don't extend it.
And Buhari want to extend it.
I don't know.
See, language or their language is not understandable, but your language and I will know that extending is what will benefit for you and I. You go to the same bank now, they give you the same old notes. It's not supposed to be so. In a reliable environment, when something like of a nature like this is happening, when you go to bank, your old money is going there, it can't come outside. New one will be coming outside. We will not have that belief that the old one is going gradually. Whereby you now go there and collect money, you see collect the old one. What is the truth about the situation here?
Only one give it in the language.
The motherfucking language, the motherfucking hope. Their time is come to an end. There must be end for any journey. No journey take you forevermore. There must be end. At the end of the tunnel, there will be light. And none is the light. Stand up for your rights. Don't give up. Okay. Now is our time.
Okay. Thank you very
Their
much.
story is out of the game. Their mathematically is error.
Thank you very much. I have Mazirab. Good morning, Mazirab.
Yeah, good morning, Christian. Good morning, everybody, our viewers. I'm greeting all of you. Thank you for staying tuned every day. We love you all. Christian, I like what Oluwa said. Oluwa said, stand up for your rights. That is Nigeria, stand up, stand up. Nigerians, stand up for your right. Don't give up the fight. Why are you allowing wicked policies prevail over you? How many numbers are there in the National House, Asurok, state houses, state secretariats? There are no more than 10 million in population, but we are heading to 250 million as one of the most populous black states on earth. Whatever policy that comes up by any successive government or even this present government, Nigerians, stand up for your rights. Stop looking like a moron, like morons. See, let me tell you, I have now seen the importance of education. Ask me why, Christian. The opposite of education is what? No. Ignorance. Thank you so much. Give me a hand.
Ignorance. If you are not educated, you are ignorant. Then if you're educated and you are not living up to your education, there are many things you should be doing as an educated person. Failure to do so, you are an ignorant person. You see it? Buhari, El-Rufai, ministers and governors of various states of this country are heading to court. To do what? To sue Emefiele. Why? I was asking myself, why? I read the front pages of newspaper this morning. I discovered that El-Rufai is not, happy with the current situation of Naira scarcity across Kaduna, across other states of the federation. Then, with ministers, senators heading to court to sue Emefiele. You see it?
Both Buhari and
Both,
the federal government.
everybody, the federal government, listen and listen good. They are heading to court. El-Rufai is heading to court, Abi, because he felt that what Emefiele did is bad. When El-Rufai is doing his own, I think I understand me, destroying people's property when he was a minister of Federal Capital Territory. He was bulldozing people's properties. He was bulldozing people's properties in Kaduna State. That was, I think, 2016, when he's still a governor. He's still a governor of the state. Who stood up for him? Who headed to court? Why was he not feeling for those people that such policy is so stringent and bad to the concerned people concerned? You see it? See, we, you, and I, everybody in Nigeria, we have the right to change this situation. We don't wake up every day and discover that a deadly policy has come up by the so-called people we voted into power, and we still keep on watching. How long are we going to bury our loved ones as a result of bad policy, and we still stand on our height, on our feet, as educated people, allowing such nonsense to thrive in Nigeria? You and I, that we prove that we're educated, we are nothing. We are all ignorant. We sit put with what? Endless docility, complacence, and what? Unnecessary endurance and patience. Watching people pushing us down every day. Every day. Because of what? We feel that they are the Babanla. Who is not Babanla? If he's so big about that today, for me, Raf, if I put on big about that today, I become a Babanla. That's what Yoruba believes. Yoruba believe that a big man with big abada, with height and big head, is Babanla. Whatever you say stays because of that cloth you put on. They see big size structure as a human being as Babanla. Is God putting on abada where he lives? No. Nobody has seen him. And still God surpasses anybody. Why should somebody just come and keep on imposing bad governance, bad policy on people, making out law and rules that are not even what? Viable by same people being governed? Let me tell you, we should stand up for our rights. We should stand up for that. Nigerians should stand up for their right. No need of what? Being cowards, boasting to be brave. We are not brave, we are not bold. We are all cowards. In Nigeria, nobody. Look, let me tell you, start from 2015 till date, nobody. Nobody is brave, nobody is bold. Nobody should, could come out gallantly and face this government one-on-one. Okay, Christian, just for instance, how many people has been speaking on camera? Do you think that they don't know what to say? They are afraid. I met many of them here. I canvass it, please, brother, come and talk. They won't talk. They say, go and talk. Those people that are talking on camera, are we not human beings? Invite them to talk. They won't talk. I don't really understand. That's what it takes to show you people that are bold. People that are very, very strong-willed. Listen and listen good, Christian. The destiny of Nigeria, our destinies are in our hands, on our hands. See, we are responsible for what is happening to us today. If Obi has not done well in Anambra State, nobody can ever say Obi is a good man. But it's the past record of that gentleman that is going after him today. You can see, if you do good, if you live right, people will come to you. But if you are a bad person, let me tell you, nobody will come near you. Okay, tell me why. Everybody is not saying good about Tinubu. Tell me why people are not laughing when you mention Atiku. Tell me why some people are frowning their face at Obasanjo's past. Do you know why? Because of stringent, bad, deadly policies. I didn't understand. What they did is bad. If you do good things with... Look, let me tell you.
Policy is bad.
Listen and listen good. Obi does not need campaign. No. If you want to know who Obi is, go to Anambra. interview every student of that former Asutec Oka, Nnamdi Azikiwe, and the rest of them. Interview people that were in the secondary school then from 2005 to 2013. That is 8 years. They will tell you the personality of the former governor of Anambra State, Obi. Why are we wicked and we are still painting some people gold? People that are bad, you know that this man is bad. You are working for him, you know that this man is bad. You are manipulating people's APT, collecting sensitive code, PVC, sorry. Manipulating people's PVC, collecting sensitive code on that PVC. So that we will fall into another mistake. So that we will fall into another abyss. Hellfire for the next 8 years. Why Nigerians could not be asking themselves the right questions to do the right thing? Christian, I don't think I should stay longer here. Because, see, let me tell you, many people has gone down to the grave today in their thousands because of a mistake of what 8 years ago. Because of a mistake of what? Uneducatedness, ignorance, illiteracy. Let me tell you, we have made the worst mistake of our life. And if it repeats again, there will be nobody in this particular part of the world. Which is why I'll always support Ndi Naba, Yoruba go, Hausa go, Fulani go back to Futajolan Island. Let Igbo go back to the lower part of Niger where he belongs. Even if he call me Bushman, I champion it. But let me go and live in my bush and make the use of the resources in the bush to develop my what? My household. Thank you.
I have we have like two minutes. I don't know how you're going to manage that 2 minutes.
Anytime 2 minutes, anytime I come 2 minutes, anytime I come 1 minute. Okay. God Almighty, I bless you, I thank you, and make it possible for me to be here and all our fans all over the world. I thank you for the love you give for every woman being. I thank you for the sunshine. Be blessed, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you for the help of Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, autopilot, IPOB, ESN, Omada autopilot. Father, be blessed, be magnified in Jesus' name. Amen.
APC governor sue APC government over Naira scarcity.
APC governor sue APC government.
Let's say federal government.
APC government. Whom are they fooling? Whom APC is trying to fool now? Some are trying to separate themselves. I am sent APC. Some trying to do themselves. You are dirty APC. At that minute, how many seconds remain now? It remains only one side there for APC to step down. Whether they like it or not.
For Buhari to step down.
APC to step down.
Buhari to step down.
I mean, not to step down. APC to be kicked out of office.
No, they can't be kicked out.
They'll be kicked out.
Step down.
If human being did not kick them out, nature will kick them out. Injustice will kick them out. Wickedness will kick them out. Murder will kick them off. Blood of innocent people in Nigeria will kick them off. Look, I'm not in support of any party. I'm not in support of Obi. I'm not in support of Atiku. I'm not in support of Tulumbu. I'm not in support of Kwakwanzo. What I am in support is righteousness. What I am in support is equity and fairness. What I'm supposed is uprightness and holiness. What I am in support is the fear of God. Since Nigeria independent, I haven't seen any man having fear of God ruling Nigeria. All of them so hand in court. Nigeria independence is get on courtism. So the foundation of Nigeria is bad. 1977, Nigeria had the first tag that employed all the whole evil power in black nation all over the world and dump them here in Nigeria. And that the black power known as festival period that came in are troubling Nigeria up to today. And as far as Nigeria refused to be liberated, to attend to all Israel, Obi is not a saint. Everybody have the negative side of it. When Buhari was about to come in 2015, everybody was shouting, "Oh, Buhari is a no-nonsense man." We saw how he did the time he was a military regime. We saw everything, how we tackled this thing, how we tackled that thing, even Naira change, how we made it by that time. Everybody, this thing, Dobale, She Baba, now Buhari enter. What are we seeing? It may happen to Obi's side also. As we are praising him, it may come now and change. Because anybody who went on that seat, power of seat of Nigeria to change, will be automatically manipulated. Whether I like it or not. Because of the system there, because of the powers there, you must give you a heart of beast, not the heart of human being, not the heart of Christ, but the heart of Antichrist. You should be given to that person. So there's no remedy for the Nigeria situation than to attend to all Israel. I don't praise Obi, I don't condemn Obi. Whether I like it or not, Obi is my brother. I cannot deny Obi that he's not my brother. Whether he's a criminal, whether he's a righteous man, Obi is my brother. Obi is my elder. I cannot deny him that. But Obi come out at the wrong time. Both Obasanjo, all the whole cabals, all the whole emirs, ex-military generals, ex-leaders that came now to pick Obi out, supporting Obi, pushing Obi, the youth, where we are there since all these days. Don't know that Igbo man has a quality? Now they have rubbish Nigeria. They want to take Igbo man to settle their skull again as in 1966. When there was tension between the North and the West. Akintola versus Awolowo. Awolowo versus Tafawa Balewa. The killing was much in the north, south here. They're killing people. Northern NPC versus Middle Belt Forum. They're killing themselves. Joseph Taka lead the Middle Belt against the North. Jonathan, Tafawa Balewa, Amadou Bello lead the core North against Middle Belt. Igbo man was neutral. Nothing happened to Igbo man. Igbo man was not involved. But fortunately or unfortunately, the 5 majors came and planned revolution to bring the killing in the West and the Middle Belt to stop. Eventually, it didn't turn around. They said it's Igbo man coup. Well, Igbo man wasn't the only one that plotted the coup. Igbo man was the one that announced the coup. Like in 1985 coup that I put Buhari out from the office. The person who came to announce the coup wasn't the plotter of the coup. You don't know anything about the coup. The person who came to announce that coup that Buhari regime have overthrown knows nothing about the coup. But among the people that plot the coup, there was an argument who will go announce because everybody is fearing. They invite the man who announced 1985 coup against Buhari, which is the late Abacha. They invite him from Abeokuta. He came and announced. That is how Abacha was involved in that coup. Abacha don't know anything. The same thing happened in 1966. The person announced the coup was an Igbo man. But we have West, we have North, we have Middle Belt in the coup. The late Major General David Ejo, that time he was Major Ejo, David Ejo, was involved in the coup.
Okay.
John Atumpera was involved in coup. This man, former governor of Kano, Northern Region, Hassan Kassina, the late Hassan Kassina, was involved in coup. Some Yoruba soldiers was involved in coup. Go and read the 5 majors, what we struck by Major Adamonogo so. What we struck. Okay. And those 5 majors that in the West that fighting was fight among the Biafran soldiers because they know the truth. Okay. Now they have come again.
Thank you.
They want to use Igbo man head to settle their coins. Let Obi step down. Let Obi pull out.
I am not a good talker, please. It's okay.
Let Obi pull out.
I am not a good talker.
Okay, thank you very
Let
much.
Obi pull out and let Atiku and Tulumbu settle their case. This is the Nigerian election.
Thank you very much.
This Nigerian election. Obi pull out. Obi, you're not a Nigerian. You're a Biafran man.
With that, we've come to the end of the program. This morning,
thank you.
I'm
Mr. Akbara, the new Republic of Biafra, lead by Masin Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Masin Nnamdi Kanu. Long live Simon Ekpa. Long live Sunday Bohu. Long live Amateku. Long live Umadan Autopilot. In Jesus' name, amen.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to Biafra. Onye dịrị gbagbu na-eche ndị nche mgbe niile. Simon Ekpa arahakwa n'ụra. Ka ihe na Nnamdi Kanu ra ga-eme gị n'aha Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you very much.
I'm not speaking.
You have come to the for the program. I'm Christian Chuku. Thanks for watching. God bless you. See you tomorrow for another exciting edition of the program. Click on the like button. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. God bless you.